you really more so had like a passion for wrestling, you know, because your dad, I'm assuming your dad got you into it.
Yeah.
And then you like, initially you were like, this is fun. I like this. Let's work on it a lot.
Well, yeah, I was actually, interesting enough, I was about to quit. Maybe not quit, but I didn't want to like compete.
Yeah.
Competing like made me so nervous, and I just didn't like it. And it was funny. It was in my like 6th grade, middle school, and I had made like youth state or whatever. And it's funny. Me and my dad usually didn't go to youth state because it was on the weekend of NCAAs.
Oh, yeah.
And my dad would always take me to NCAAs.
Right.
And it's funny because I had qualified, and he like jokingly, he's like, hey, you want to go to state? Haha. And I was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe. And he was like, oh man, I was joking. And when we got back home, we like sat down and we talked about it with my mom and my dad, and like just ways I didn't enjoy it because I was so nervous.
Yeah.
Like so nervous I'd puke. I was like really nervous. And I think again, talking about like catalysts and difference makers now, making that where like when I compete, I want to be fearless.
Right.
And I think it's interesting, like courage, and, you know, like courage isn't the absence of fear. It's just being able to do it with it and stuff like that. But I do, for me, like it's interesting in my own thing, kind of being an independent study of my own journey. Like, is there a way that you can actually become fearless? And because there have been times, I'm sure you guys both know, there have been times where you're like going to go out to compete and you actually are fearless. Like you don't feel anything but like that. I was watching that Andrew Huberman, like talking about your focus and your pupils, like the opposite of dilating. What would that be? Focusing, probably. And you're like in that flow state where there's just nothing, like you don't feel anything in your gut. And I feel like that wanting to be done was kind of that helping me now, where it's just like going and getting it.
Yeah. How did you deal with that in the moment of like being so nervous to compete? And how did you eventually like grow out of that?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was a lot of like little tricks and tips and stuff. And I think having my mom and my dad being like a team together, helping me, and more so not like trying to help me win, but just like the benefits that wrestling can bring, right? So like all those intangibles. I mean, my dad has been in it, and my mom, they met because of wrestling, honestly. So it's like they both know the intangibles of what wrestling can bring. And so my sisters have wrestled, my little brother wrestles, and like it was more so like you don't have to be great at wrestling. But this is something that was interesting. They're both like, I don't care what you're good at. You guys just have to strive for excellence in something.
Right.
In whatever. Like we played piano, we played soccer, we did judo, like I did chess club, like tons of different stuff. It was like, you gotta strive for something. Like you're not going to sit inside and play video games. Like you're going to bring it. And I think that was kind of the thing that was pushing, like, it's not, you know, my parents, it was very clear. It's like, why are you so nervous? Right. Like you're not going to get yelled at. And, you know, having my dad been in it so long, and we go and we still laugh about it, like little phrases that we heard dad say, like, you know, those kooks, like, sorry, but they're kooks, like just so interesting, the things that the dads say to their sons and stuff like that. And I've been so lucky to not have that, because I don't think a lot of son and dad sport relationships last long. No. It's one or the other. Yeah. One takes a hit. It's either that they know that they can't be coach. Right. They can't be coach and athlete, or they know this is the worst, where the dad and the son relationship just gets obliterated. And so I think it was that. It was a mixture of that. It's like, if you lose or win, it doesn't matter. It's not like you're going to not eat, or you don't get to sleep in your bed and you got to sleep on the floor, like weird crap like that. And my dad did really good, where like if I got in trouble, or like, you know, as kids do, like it wasn't, I'm going to make you do push-ups, or I'm going to make you do a harder workout or something like that. He wanted me to enjoy that. So it wasn't, you know, it's going to be a reprimand. Maybe you got your phone taken away, instead of you're going to do push-ups and you're going to stay up at night doing workouts.
Yeah, so you didn't learn to like hate that.
Exactly.
You had a lot of healthy support, and they held you guys to a high standard, but it was for the sake of the intangibles outside of the sport. It wasn't for the result.
Yeah.
It was just to support you and get the most out of you, that, your potential.